Hi everyone, this is Francisco Contreras. In Riverside, California, and I'm recording this video because apparently my mom, she called the cops, I guess, because two of my cousins just came in the house. And I guess the cops came and pulled. Well, let me see. I guess one of the cops, or the cops came and then they took off. But my mom, when she was speaking to the cops, when she called the cops, she said that these people just went into the house. Now, I believe that if someone makes a report like that, they should consider it like breaking an entry, and with the possibility of people holding people hostage. Okay, so like a hostage situation. I think these type of cases should be treated like hostage situations, mainly because hold on. Mainly because the person calling is saying that someone broke into the home. Okay, so if we pull up a overview of a single home, something like this. So there's a bunch of bedrooms and stuff like that, right? The police officers come and possibly enter right here. Well, it says right here, the entrance. This is the dining area, the kitchen, the living room. it looks like over here there's a bedroom with a master bedroom. It's showing another restroom. Also, this is probably the master bedroom, and then this is like probably the guest restroom, possibly, because it's right here. It says bath number 2, bath number 1, bath number 1. So I don't know what's really going on there. It's probably possibly a different layout, right? But what I'm talking about is someone calls the cops and they're saying that someone just walked into someone's home. They should treat it like almost like these people, walking into a bank with the intent, with the intentions to rob the bank, with firearms and stuff like that. So if someone calls the cops and makes a report that someone just walked into their home, I believe that police officers should search the whole building, the whole house, on just the basis that, on the simple fact that the person who called the cops said that someone went in the home. So that gives the police department the authority to perform a search warrant. But this is not like an actual search warrant. It will be more like we have to go in there and search everything to ensure that everyone's okay and that there's no one else in the house. To make sure there's no hostages, to make sure that there is no damaged property, and any excuse to get your foot in there. It's just like, for instance, when police officers perform a traffic stop. Okay, they just pull a vehicle over, and they're like, have you ever been convicted of it, like any crimes or whatever? Are you on parole, probation? And if they say yes, or they might say like, oh yeah, I was before, and then the police officers are able to say, okay, please step out of the vehicle. They're able to pat down the driver and even the passengers, the people in the vehicle. And if the police officer wants, he could put the handcuffs on them or sit them outside of the vehicle. And just because that person been on parole or probation, they're able to search the vehicle. Okay? So the same way, if someone calls, because you guys are doing your job, but at the same time, if people are wasting your time, this will give you guys an excuse to, do further investigation at anyone's home. So this might present a reason or reasons to maybe even start a whole new case or cases, depending on what you guys witness and see inside of the home. Okay, so this will tell people, it will reveal to people, it will let people know that you guys are not fucking around when it comes to this stuff. Okay, so technically, my mom called the cops. In this case, it was two of my cousins that just came in the house without permission, and one of them is in the living room right now. He's passed out. I guess he had been drinking and he's going through a rough time. He's special ed. He went to California School of the Deaf because he can't speak or hear. So he's a special person, but he's a grown man already, and he has children of his own. He's married to some girl that he met in Mexico, and I guess they've been having a tough time or whatever. So he came over here drunk, crying, but my mom said that he didn't want him here, and she told the police officers that he just came into the home. Now, every case is different, right? But if someone is claiming that someone just went into someone's home, first of all, the biggest concern should be, is everyone okay? Alright, like, is there someone in the home who went in, who is causing the tenants, like the people who are living there, to lie for them? I mean, are they holding a gun to their heads, saying, if you don't tell these police officers that everything's okay, I'm going to shoot you and your whole family? Like, how the fuck do you guys know? We came back, the police were gone, my cousin was still sleeping right there in the living room, and he's still there right now. So I believe that if someone makes a report like this, you guys should try to look for any little excuse to get into the home, to search the home, just to look around every single room. If a room is locked, why is it locked? And you guys would, I believe that you guys should get that room open, whatever room it might be. If these people have dogs or whatever, I believe that they should be removed to do a thorough search. And in doing so, also looking for any type of contraband, any illegal activities, any drugs, any weapons, etc., etc., etc. Any signs of struggling, or any like bruises or cuts on the people who are there talking to the police officers, and then also looking for anything that might be broken, right? So I'm sure these are signs that police officers look for when they speak to people, when they go to people's homes. So that's how I think these type of cases should be handled and dealt with every single time. Because technically the police officers came. One of my cousins was already gone. I guess he just walked out of the house. And then one of them's right here sleeping in the living room. And I guess the police officer was like, well, since he's already sleeping, it's okay for him just to spend the night here. I don't know if he advised my dad with that information, like, well, since he's already asleep, just let him sleep, just when he wakes up tomorrow, just tell him to go home. But that wasn't what my mom said. When my mom called the cops, she said she didn't want them here at the house. So we came back, and he was still there. Like, the police officer was okay with my cousin being here, even though my mom had previously stated that they just went inside of the home without consent, without approval, without an invitation. So you people need to, like, get your shit together and really perform a thorough investigation when it comes to shit like this. Like, what is this person doing inside of these people's home? What was the last time he visited? Did he come here in good terms or bad terms? Why didn't he go to someone else's home? Why here? Like, all of this stuff needs to be considered. He's obviously drunk. Shouldn't that be considered like a DUI? Just going into someone's home. My mom called the cops, like, hey, I don't want him there. But the police officer comes and says, oh, it's okay, and just leaves it at that. Without really thinking about other possibilities and or outcomes. When people call the cops, they call the cops for a reason. So, like, if any room is locked, like right here we have, like I said, there's the entrance. Whoops. Right here, the entrance. You guys should, go in every single bedroom, look around. If a bedroom's locked, that's when you guys will need to get it open, one way or another, because that raises suspicion. Like, wait a minute, you called and you said that these people went inside of the home without permission, without consent, and now one of the bedrooms is closed, and we don't have access to it. I mean, doesn't that ring a bell? Like, something suspicious is going on here? Hello? So that's why I think that you guys need to do, like, kind of like a low-key, undercover type of search warrant, type of type of entrance into the home, like, invite yourselves in type of thing. Just like when you guys do those traffic stops, and once you have an excuse to search that vehicle, you better search that vehicle, because you guys can either find something or not. And if there's nothing wrong, then it's okay. You can send that person away, right? But for the majority of the time, I watch a lot of cops. Okay, so these people, they will try to play it off all the time, every single time, even if they're guilty or not guilty. They'll say, do you have any weapons, any drugs in the vehicle? And they'll straight lie, no. And then the police officers will say, okay, well, I need you to step out of the vehicle just real quickly, right? And then eventually they put the handcuffs on them or on the driver, or they make them sit outside. And then when they're like in there searching the vehicle, sometimes they run, or sometimes they find weapons or drugs in the vehicle, and they're like, I thought there was no drugs in the vehicle. Like, why were you being dishonest? Why didn't you just tell me straight up? And obviously they'll still lie, they'll still come up with an excuse, and they still won't be forthwith, straight up. So, if someone ever calls saying that someone went into their home, that gives you guys an excuse to do a thorough search for safety reasons. Like, and if you guys find something that's illegal, then that's when you guys will have to open a new case. Like, look it, we found no suspects, or we found nothing's, no one in here, but we did find this other thing that raises concern, and we have to take action because of that, because of this, or whatever the case may be. Right? We found drugs, we found weapons, whatever the case may be. And that this gives you guys an excuse to do that, because they called saying that someone went into their home. And if they have a problem with that, if they have something illegal, then don't bother calling. Right? And it's also good for law enforcement at the end of the day, because we all know that if someone has something illegal going on inside their home, the likelihood of them calling the cops are slim to none. Right? So, why is this a good thing? It's a good thing because now people are not putting you guys in harm's way. Possibly. Because if they're doing something illegal, like let's say they're cooking up drugs or whatever, and or they're running like an illegal operation inside their home or whatever the case may be, and someone goes in their home, you think they're going to be calling the cops? Or do you guys think they're going to be handling the situation themselves? And most likely they will be handling the situation themselves. Because if someone's going to be calling, hey, there's someone in my house and we need help to remove this person out of our home. Like, okay, possible hostage situation, these people just went into someone's home. They're technically breaking an entry. And for everyone's protection and safety, we need to go in there and search the whole house. And upon searching the house, we found this and this and this and this and this, whatever the case may be. So yeah, of course, now, you guys are doing your job. Right? But, all of this shit that happened tonight, they just left my cousin right there in the living room. Also, since he was non-responsive, if he wasn't responsive with the police officers, that's when they should have called a paramedic. Like, why did this person just walk into someone's home and fall asleep? What's going on here? There's clearly something wrong with this picture. And everyone said that the person was drinking. So, the paramedics should have checked his vitals. They should have, they should make it, blow it up. Blow it up out of proportion. Get your money's worth. Get everyone involved. Get the whole fucking community involved. Fuck it. Whatever's going to give you guys more money. Next time, they'll think twice before calling the police over some bullshit. Okay, this person someone called saying this person broke into the home without permission, and this person's drunk. Police officers arrive. They are informed that this person's in the living room asleep. Well, hold up. If I'm the police officer, it's like, I want to talk to this person. I just got a report that this person walked into the home without permission and this person is drunk. So I want to see this person. I want to speak to this person. Is it okay if I go inside of the house to speak to this person? Right? And upon entering the home and witnessing the suspect asleep, I would make attempts to wake him or her, and if the person is non-responsive, that's when I would, do my job and call paramedics, because that's just not normal. Like, you don't just walk into someone's home and fall asleep. Clearly this person's fucking out of his mind, drunk, and how do we know that this person is not going to, die of alcohol poisoning inside our fucking living room right now? Like, how the fuck are we supposed to know? So please just do your job next time the right way. Call the fucking paramedics. Let them do their job as well as professionals. You're not a fucking punk ass AMR. You're a police officer. So stay in your lane and let other people do their job as well. And like I said, since my mom said that these people just walked into the home, that's when you guys should have searched the whole backyard, everything, the shed, everything. Even the attic, everything. Underneath the house. Every single vehicle around the neighborhood. Fucking bring in the K9 unit. And my mom said that she did not want him in her house. And the police officer walks away and lets him sleep in the living room. Like, okay, just ignore me, police officer. I'll just, give you the benefit of the doubt and, just listen to your orders now. Like, you're the one here, you're the one living here now, paying the fucking bills. You're the one that is in control of the home now. You're in charge of the home now. Barking orders. Basically signing the approval for him to sleep here when, you motherfuckers don't understand our relationship. So, when the police officers arrived, there was no communication with them, with my mom. They didn't call saying, hey, we're here and we're talking to Johnny right now. And he does appear like he's drunk. We found him asleep in the living room. Is it okay if he stays here for the night? Yes or no? Because obviously, it's obvious she called because she didn't want him here. So the police officer should have taken this case to that extent. Like, hey, what would you like us to do? We have him right here. He's responsive. He's talking to us. He was sleeping when we arrived. We woke him up. Would you like us to take him? Kick him out of the house? Walk him out of the house at least? To the front of the house? You guys can lock the doors? Or would you like him to stay at the house? What the fuck do you want us to do? And my mom would have either said, you know what? Just let him stay. Or she would have said, no, please escort him out of my fucking house right now. And if you police officers, now it's your responsibility that you have a drunk man in a public street. Now, you guys can take him home, or you guys can still call the AMR, American Medical Response Team, whatever, right? You guys can call them so they can check him out, or you guys can pay for like Lyft to pick him up and take him somewhere. And you guys can even write him a ticket, issue him a ticket, a citation for being drunk in public or something like that. That way, you guys will get him home safely with Lyft, and at the same time, so you guys will be paying for it in advance, but at the end of the day, you guys will be getting that money plus some. I mean, that's what I can think of. But I think you guys are too soft. Seriously. You guys have an opportunity right there. Like, even if people get angry, even if before you guys arrive, like, hey, You understand this is a serious phone call conversation, right? This is a serious report that you're making. You are stating that someone broke into your home, so we have the right to search all of your home, and we're not leaving there until we do. Would you still like us to go? Yes or no? Simple. It's that fucking simple. But no, you guys are too lenient. You guys are too soft. Like, oh, we came and he's asleep, and we understand he's your cousin, and we don't think about evil things like criminals do. We don't think along those lines. So, okay, we're done here. Bye. Call us if you guys have any more issues. And all along, you guys don't know what the fuck's really going on. I mean, this guy could have came with bad intent. We could all be like in the living room right now, chained up and bound. And like 2 weeks from now, you guys will discover that we're all dead in the living room, and that we suffered a horrible death. All because you guys thought that everything was okay. Like, I mean, this could be like something PG-13, like what happened tonight. Or it could be turned to something, like super extreme X-rated. Like literally X's everywhere. So yeah, this is just food for thought. And I guess in the meantime as well, this will give you guys to ID every single tenant, every single person that's living inside of the home. You guys can take them outside. Okay, so now we have all the people safe outside. Okay, now we're going to go inside and check, verify that everything's okay before we leave and before you guys go back in there. Okay, it's just safety precautionary measures to ensure the safety of all of you and also the community. Okay, so now that we have you guys out here, please, all of you, present your form of identification. Oh, we see that you have a search warrant. I mean, we noticed that you have a warrant for your arrest. Now we're fucking people over. That's good. Now you guys are doing your fucking job. It's like the same is true when you guys perform a traffic stop. You guys perform a traffic stop. I witnessed this more than once where the police officer tells like both of the driver, both of the people who are in the vehicle to step out. They sit on the curb, and one of the police officers is like, let me see your IDs, while one is searching the vehicle. Now they're like running the identification cards, and then the police officer's like, oh, we have a, you have a warrant for your arrest? And they're like, oh yeah, I know, it was for drugs and paraphernalia, or whatever the case might have been, for this person. Like, they would just break it down right there. But before that, they weren't talking about that. They would have never even brought it up. They're just talking about it now because they got caught. Because the police officer discovered it. So in the same way, when people call the police, and you guys have an excuse to go into the home, to bring everyone out and ID everyone. Hello. Now you guys are making arrests. Now you guys are ensuring that everyone's safe and protected. And at the same time, you guys are doing a search warrants without them even knowing. Okay, they don't have to know. You guys don't have to verbally tell them that. All you're telling them is what I said earlier. We have to search your home because you guys called regarding these people breaking an entry, just walking into your home. So therefore, that gives us a right to go into your home and search the home to see if everything's in place, to see and investigate if maybe things might be out of place, and if so, we need to investigate for your safety and the safety of the community. And maybe you guys have the people there, maybe the police officers will have the people there who the homeowners called the police on to begin with. And while they're performing, this search, they discover something. Well, they're right there. Now you guys can arrest them. And if they try to run or whatever, then you guys already know what to do. From that point on, your training instincts will kick in, right? But I just don't understand why you people are not taking this stuff seriously. Because people are laughing, people are making jokes. This is irritating. Okay, this is very irritating. Now, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because my mom was irritated when she was calling the police, because I guess someone called her and advised her that my cousin was in the living room crying and making a big show. He was in there because he's having a hard time with his wife, and like I said, he's special ed. He can't hear or talk. Like, he definitely qualifies to see and speak to a professional, therapist, counselor, mental health people, marriage counselors who specialize in this type of industry to help him. Like, he's trying to come over here and talk to us like we understand what the fuck he's going through. He's trying to come over here and talk to us like we can sympathize with him. Like, no, I'm not married. I don't understand what the fuck you're going through. Like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? And plus, you're a grown ass man. Like, why the fuck are you just walking into people's homes and crashing out in their fucking living room? First of all, that's disgusting. You know, secondly, you know, what if, you know, we were talking about a couple and they wanted to, like, have a movie night or something. Now this person came and crashed the party. Like, you people do not know every single possibility, every single outcome. So why even pretend? You know, you guys can all assume that everything's fine, everything's great, or whatever. But I think that you guys should just classify it as protocol. You know, if someone is trying to stop you guys, like, I'm sorry, sir, ma'am, step out of the way. This is protocol. You know, and this is part of my job. You know, I was called here because someone broke an entry into your home. We don't know if you guys are getting threatened right now or not. So, I'm doing my job. I need to go in there. I need to search the whole house. I need to make sure. I need to ensure that everything's okay. And once you know, I and the rest of my fellow police officers verify that everything's okay, then we can leave, you know. But until then, we need to go in there and check everything. And they might insist, they might persist, like, no, everything's okay. No, we don't need you guys to go in there. No this, no that. No, fuck you. Fuck you all the way. Like, bitch, please step out of the way. Like I said, this is protocol. Get these people out of my way. Like, how do I know that the person who broke into your home is not in there threatening you right now and your family? Don't even speak. Keep it to yourself. Once I go in there and have all, you know, the all clear, and I come back out here, then you guys can tell me all you guys want. But until then, I'm just doing my job here. So, of course, you guys go in there, look around, look inside. Maybe, you know, maybe not looking into the drawers and stuff like that, but under the beds and the closets, you know, any big closets where people can technically step in and kind of hide, right? You guys are looking for humans, human activity. You know, you guys have the right to look on top of the attic. You know, flash your light in there. Just look for anything suspicious, if anything. And then lock doors. That's a big sign that something suspicious might be going on in there. If they have dogs, that's another sign that something suspicious could be going on in there. You know, because they know if someone opens that door, that dog's going to attack them. But they might be doing it on purpose, so no one will go in there in the first place. Okay, these people are crafty. They're not going to tell you, hey, we're performing an illegal drug manufacturing facility in here. They're not going to tell you, hey, we have pounds of illegal narcotics in here, and we left the dogs in here on purpose so we can scare everyone off. Because, like, think about it. Even if you're a bad guy with the knowledge that the drugs are in there, and you go in with a weapon, but you have to deal with these canines or these pit bulls or Rottweilers or whatever kind of dogs these people might have. You have to deal with them first. And for the most part, it's not going to be quiet. This is not going to be a little stealthy little job. So these are all things to consider and to take highly into consideration, because now you guys are going to have to call a special squad to extract, to remove these dogs, so you guys can go in there and search. Because who knows if there's another person in there. If there's another person in there, maybe they have a warrant for their arrest. And maybe it'll be like this one, like the master bedroom. So they tell you, hey, you guys can't go in here because the dogs are in here. Okay, so they're like, yes, you guys can't come in here because the dogs are in here. But all along, this guy's over here, like, in the walk-in closet, hiding in the master bedroom, or like inside the shower, the bathtub, or something like that, or underneath the sink, like in the restroom or something like that. Okay, you guys can't give everyone the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean? So even if this means calling a special squad unit, hey, we need you guys to come in here and get these dogs out of here, while everything is surrounded, you guys have the whole perimeter surrounded. You guys have eyes everywhere. Because remember, people reported that someone broke an entry. It all goes back to that again. It all goes to the beginning of this video. Someone called claiming that someone broke an entry. Whether you guys classify it as a forced entry or an uninvited entry, a family, uninvited guest, whatever you people can think of, like, doesn't matter. Someone called saying that someone broke in the house. All you people have to say is protocol. Okay? It's protocol for us to go in there and search. For your safety and the safety of the whole community. Because we don't know if this person's, like, a serial killer, or we don't know if this person is on the run. Maybe this person just committed a crime and is attempting to hide here. Okay, so for that reason, we have the whole perimeter surrounded. You guys are right here. You guys need to stay, stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from the area. You guys need to stay away from wherever we tell you guys to stay, just stay here on the side, away, just pretend we're not even here right now. Because who knows, maybe these people are related in some way with the people who could possibly be on the run as well. Right? So if someone calls the cops for a fucking reason, how do we know other family members are not backing them up? Okay, that's another possibility. Right? One family member's calling, hey, someone just went into my home. I don't want them in my home. I want them out of my home. But yet, the fucking punk ass police officer comes and talks to other family members. And they say, oh, it's okay. Oh, he's just in the room. Oh, he just got drunk a little bit. He's there. He's fine. But what the fuck did the owner say? How the fuck would you people like it if you're the fucking owner of the home and you arrive home with the intentions of, going back home in peace, but you go back home and this motherfucker, one of your family members is passed out in your living room drunk, and you try to wake him up, but he won't wake up. Now he's in the living room. He might throw up all over himself. He's going to slobber all over the couches, all over the pillows. He's going to wake up with some bad breath. And not just that, but he came and he ate up all the food. All of it. It's just gone. And we just went grocery shopping. I mean, he ate it all. We bought like cases of sodas, cases of meat, cases of what was it again? Capri Suns. They're all gone. Everything's gone. String cheese, gone. Pringles, gone. Doritos, gone. He ate it all. All of it. Just gone. And the police officer was okay with that. He just took off like, you know what? He's asleep. That's all that matters. Like, we're just so glad that he's not on the street somewhere. Like, really? Like, you guys can't be that dumb. Like, my mom previously called saying someone broke in the house. But he's still there in the living room sleeping. I mean, I don't know if it's still annoying to all of you or not, but to me it is. It's very agitating knowing that there's a drunk man right there in the living room. And he's under a lot of pressure. There's rumors going around that him and his girlfriend, him and his wife are not getting along, and this and that. Like, how do we know he did not kill her and his family? And how do we know he came over here after the fact? Like, I don't even think the police officers went over there to talk to her. Like, what's going on? Why is your husband in someone else's home? Is it possible for you to call someone, or for you to come yourself personally to pick up your husband. Question mark. Question mark. Big question mark. Did the police officers do that? You know, and if you guys have an excuse why you guys didn't get him out, like I said, that's when you guys should have called the paramedics. You know, obviously these people not only said that he broke an entry, they said he was intoxicated. We came to the home and this guy's sleeping. Like, you guys are not that fucking stupid. If someone is sleeping, it could also mean the person's dead, right? I mean, did the police officers make any attempts of waking the person up? This person, they said, like, later, like, I swear, you guys depend on the audio recording for futuristic crime investigation. Like, it's so obvious. Like, so if he wakes up dead, now you guys are going to go back and be like, oh yeah, you know, they did say in fact that the suspect was drunk when he broke an entry. And the report says that the police officer went on July 29th, 2023, and at 6 a.m. the residents found the person dead. You know, because the person overdosed of drugs. Now, we failed to call the ambulance. We just thought the person, you know, was drunk and just had fallen asleep because the person wanted to sober up. Even though someone called the cops and said this man broke an entry. So the police officer failed not only to remove the suspect out of the home, the police officer also failed to verify if the person was okay health-wise, physically. And obviously failed because he or she did not call the paramedics, the medical response team, to check up on this person, who dispatch said that he was drunk and broke an entry. So this is not a normal case. God damn. And not just that, but the whole way back home, I'm sitting in the back seat and I have to listen to all this. Like, god damn. Like, I can understand my cousin's going through a lot, okay? You know, he has his wife and kids, and he's special ed, he can't talk or hear. But he can talk to a mental health specialist for free. He qualifies. He overqualifies. While me, on the other hand, I have to pay $75 an hour to talk to a mental health specialist. And I'm only earning approximately 15 through 17 through 20 through $25 an hour. You know how much time I have to work to pay off a mental health specialist? For every 3 hours that I work for, the mental health specialist only has to work for 1. And not just that, but the counselor's sitting on his fucking ass, or her ass, in an office with AC, with their nice uniform on, with his tie and everything, while I'm over there working outside in the summer, 3-digit degree weather, working construction. Hey, you're not digging fast enough. You already had a water break. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're drinking more water, really? You need to go use the restroom again? You know, if it's not one thing, it's another. And we're over here trying to enjoy our fucking day off of work. We're trying to get some family time in. You know, because, you know, I'm talking about my immediate family. We went out. We were on our way back home. No, actually, my mom was called while we were gone. And all of a sudden we had to go. It was urgent. We have to go. You know, Johnny's in the living room. And he's drunk. And I have to call the cops. And the way, all the way over here, I had to just, you know, and that's not the only problem. It's like other problems as well. So if it's not one fucking problem, it's another problem. You guys know how it is. So, I mean, I don't have any problems with my family. I don't have any problems with my mom or any of that. But I'm just frustrated at the simple fact that my mom wanted him gone, but his punk ass is still there. And luckily for me, he can't hear me or he can't speak or hear, so he can't hear me. You know, I love my cousin and everything, but I mean, if you're the owner of a home and you're calling the police because you don't want people at your home uninvited, I think police officers should honor that, because they themselves wouldn't want a motherfucker at their house. As a matter of fact, they wouldn't even tell the other police officers, like, hey, do me a favor and get him the fuck out of my house, please. And everyone else would concur, like, okay, not a problem. You got it, sir. You know, especially like if you have a higher rank. Like, yes, sir. Right away, sir. Right away. Let me kiss your ass while I'm at it. Consider it done, sir. No. But not for us. We come back home. It would have been better for my mom not to even call the cops to begin with. because we received the same results. Whether she would have called the cops or not, he's still here. And I understand he probably just needs someone to talk to. He was drinking, he's going through a lot. But come on. It's like going to church and them advising everyone, like, hey, don't get advice for people who are not married if you want, marriage advice. Like, how the fuck are you going to get marriage advice from someone who's not even fucking married or who has been divorced? Right? That's what they teach us at church. If you want any advice about dating or whatever, you're not gonna go talk to a fucking prostitute. Like, hey, I was wondering how I can build this relationship with this girl. I'm really in love with her. I love her a lot. She's, the golden ratio to me. She's just perfect. She's a star to me. Like, how can I, do this with her? And she might just be like, well, just throw some money at her. Right? And for people who are not on that level, will not even go there. They wouldn't even say stuff like that. They would just be like, go tell her how you feel. That's the best advice we can give you, probably. And I'm just, that would be my best guess, because I'm not in a relationship. I'm not. I want to know how to tell you people how to do stuff like that. Other people will probably be like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the best advice I can give you. That advice did not come from me, by the way. But that's what some people's advice would be. Right? So yeah, that's what some of these people would say or whatever, but that's why they say not to get advice from people who don't understand. So my cousin comes, he has his own problems, and he's trying to unload all these problems upon us. Like, wait a minute, we have no idea what you're going through. And not just that, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I understand what you're going through, because I'm thinking about just playing video games and I'm worrying about my own problems, dude. Can I live my life? You're obviously doing your own life thing. Like, can I make my own mistakes? Can I live my own life? Can I enjoy my life? You know, if I run into an issue, I promise not to fuck with you and bother you, and to unload my issues and problems upon you. I will instead go to a professional and voice my problems. And, you know, just leave it at that. You know, so my mom, she went to sleep pissed off. That's not healthy for anyone. My cousin came uninvited. He's drunk, apparently. And he's sleeping in the living room. That's disgusting. And my brother even told me that there was another day when he came and did the same thing, and he threw up everywhere. Like, you guys think that's cool? You guys think that's funny? Like, I don't understand what you police officers are thinking and or doing, but this is not humane. This is not right. I mean, we're talking about a grown-ass adult who has children, who has a wife, who has his own fucking house, but yet chooses to stay here for the night. It's very stressful, very annoying, very uncomfortable, and I don't think that it was resolved the right way. You know, but that's just my word over, you know, other people's word or everyone else's word, or just against that police officer's word, right? And at the end of the day, who am I? I'm no one special. I'm an ex-felon. I never graduated from high school. I never got a GED. Shit, I don't even have a real job, because every job wants to pay me like $15 an hour. Like, how the fuck am I ever going to pay for my own condo, my own apartments? How the fuck am I ever going to move ahead in my life with that type of piece of shit pay? Hello? Like, if people cannot be that fucking ignorant and stupid and naive and slow. I mean, there's obviously something fishy going on. I just can't figure it out yet. But anyways, I hope this advice helps all of you police officers out there. Police detention centers or police locations, law enforcement. I hope this helps everyone, not only in the United States of America, but globally, because I understand there's, this is a global thing, global system, a global pattern, I should say, a global pattern. And I believe that from this point on, if someone calls and says, hey, someone broke into my home, You guys have to think about hostages. That's like someone calling the police and saying, "Hey, someone's robbing a bank." You're not just going to be like, "Oh, the safe. No one's in the safe. Everything's clear." Oh, actually, the radio. Yeah, everything's clear. Everything's clear. Everything's clear. Can I get a copy? Wait, I'm sorry. What was that again? Yeah, the safe is it's all clear. There's no one in the safe. Everything's fine. I don't see any suspicious activity in the safe. Um, Everything's clear. Can I get a copy? Like, no, I can't get a fucking. I'm not going to give you a fucking copy, bitch. You're not that fucking slow and retarded, are you? These guys. Oh. Let me just call the shots now. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's wonderful it's wonderful, Mrs. Campana, to arrive at your home and witness your. How is he related to you again? Your nephew. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's wonderful, Mrs. Campana, to have stumbled upon your home today and to see your nephew Johnny Heredia sleeping on your couch. You know, because with situations like this, when people are just breaking into people's homes, intoxicated, sometimes they wake up in jail because they accidentally, step into a store unwelcomed while they're intoxicated, and unfortunately, in cases like that, the police are called, and we have to go and make an arrest because, first of all, they're drunk in public. But I'm so glad that he's here at your home. Like, that did not solve the issue, dude. The issue's still right there in the living room. The issue's still in my mom's mind. Hello? You guys failed to meet our satisfaction. You guys failed to do your jobs. You guys failed to meet our obligations. And you guys failed to meet your own obligations. Okay? Like, obviously that's not what my mom called for. My mom doesn't give a shit if other cases go south. Turn sour, whatever. My mom did not fucking call saying, "Hey, my nephew went into the home and he's drunk, but it's okay, if you guys go to the house and you guys find him asleep, it's okay, you guys can just take off." She did not fucking say that. She did not specify that. Like, I mean, can we get everyone in the crowd to write a paragraph about this? Regarding what the fuck you would do and wouldn't do. How would you personally, have had resolved this whole situation yourself if you were a police officer? Let's all do some paperwork here now, because there's nothing else going on in the world. Right? Everyone's just sitting at home, killing time, playing dominoes, playing cards, hopefully not drinking like this guy, and hopefully not crying like him either, and hopefully not breaking entries like this guy either. Because police officers are they're just going to show up and be like, oh, we're so glad this guy's sleeping. You know what? Call us if there's any more issues. We're just glad to see him sleeping like a little baby. Look at him. He looks so cute. The police officer probably went up to him and tickled his tummy. Oh, look at the little baby. It's sleeping. My cousin's all drunk and he's giggling. Ha 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 ha. But my mom throws water at his face. Not even a reaction. Not even like, like a shock. Like, oh my god. Someone just threw water on me. And I'm drunk and I'm passed out, but I mean, water was splashed on me, but there was no reaction. And I witnessed it. I was right there. I mean, hello. Maybe we should have called the cops. I mean, maybe instead of calling the cops, we should have called the American Medical Response Team. Because the police officers failed to meet their obligations. This person is knocked out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up but not him. We did everything we could to, in our power to save him. My mom really wanted him gone. Like, out of the house. But this police officer, I don't know if he had a deadline somewhere else, a meeting to go to. Something was more urgent than this call. Something was more important than this 911 call today, which was yesterday, because it's 3:42 a.m. I think my mom called like around 11, 11:30, 11:40, around that time. So this is new. It only happened like 4 hours ago. And I'm tired. You people think I want to do this? I mean, my whole body's shaking. I'm obviously lacking of sleep. And I could be doing other and more important things right now. Like enjoying myself. Like playing video games. Reading a book. Working on it, and on one of my other terrariums. I could be propagating some plants right now. I could be recording an entire different video other than this. But I felt like this was very important information to take into consideration for future 911 calls and for future cases where information and the outcomes could differ. Could potentially differ. Not for the good, but for the worse, for the bad. Okay, so anyways, now that I got that out of my chest, I'm going to end this screen recording. Because that's what this is. It's a screen recording. Peace and God bless everyone. And see you all in my next upcoming videos. God bless. And just, and before I end this video, please keep my cousin in prayer. You know, we love him, but my mom just gets upset. She has diabetes. She's been through a lot of shit. You know, he doesn't want to listen. Like I said, he's already a father. He has a wife. He has his own house. But he chooses to come here drunk. Like this is a motel or something. So just pray for him. Because he needs a whole lot of prayer. He needs a whole lot of it. Fuck, dude. You know? And everyone wants to run their mouth. Everyone wants to fucking run their mouth like if this is their goddamn house. But if someone else goes into their home, they have a fucking big issue about it.